on first. And if you're starting out a drop shipper, mom over 40 trying to figure out the best path for you, here's the reason why I wouldn't start out with Shopify and do this instead. I'm going to tell you what to do instead, and especially if you're trying to figure it out, like what product to pick, what path to pick, whether it's TikTok shop, whether it's Amazon, or whether it's Shopify, or whatever the case may be. And I wanted to clarify how to, like, which path to pick specifically for moms over 40 who's trying to do a little side hustle, who wants to do this business on their own and wants to generate some income without getting scammed. So guys, look, here's one thing that you're not going to learn. Here's what a lot of like gurus out there are not telling you. First of all, when you start promoting any kind of product, when you start launching any kind of product, if you start off with Shopify, the problem is Shopify is being used by millions of people. You could literally just generate a brand new Shopify store with one push of a button. There's absolutely zero effort for you. There's a lot of gurus out there who are literally just saying, I'll build the whole Shopify store for you with already winning products in it. There's a lot of kind of oversupply. And if you start off with Shopify, what's going to start happening is you need to bring traffic to the site. And just imagine how hard it is to bring traffic to your site. Have you ever tried doing that, guys? Like literally, I went ahead and I tried that for a year and a half, and I rarely managed to get almost any clicks from threads to get anybody, no matter what I would say, into any of my sites, guys. This is how complicated this is. So instead of starting out with Shopify, guys, do this instead. And I'm going to tell you what to do instead. But first, let me cover Amazon. So, okay, so Shopify, you'll understand that there's like literally 2% of the traffic goes to Amazon, to the Shopify, and more than 50% of e-commerce goes to Amazon. A lot of things are on Amazon, so it may be natural to think that perhaps you should start off with Amazon. And that is true. If you wanted to test the product quickly, it is recommended to start off with Amazon. Except if you start off with Amazon the wrong way, and let's say if you try to use like Alibaba or any of the Chinese suppliers that require certain certificates, it's not something easy that you could just build a side hustle out of it, and in 24 hours is gonna be good to go. So a lot of moms over 40, they get that shock factor to when they start recognizing that you need certain paperwork, certain information available for Amazon, and they kind of don't recognize that, go into this field and end up literally getting scammed, guys. So instead of using Amazon and instead of Shopify, what you want to start off with, if you wanted to do this in a way where you treat this as a testing ground, first testing ground and warming up, what you want to do, you want to use eBay. eBay is a lot easier for you to do this and to search, because on Amazon, what happens, guys, like literally if you start off on Amazon, guys, you could easily get cooked so fast that's not even funny. On Amazon, think about it. What Amazon recently did, it told everybody, look, you can't incentivize reviews where you could tell people, hey, I'll give you a free product and you write a review. You can't do that anymore with Amazon. However, you could do this with TikTok Shop, which is why TikTok Shop is a goldmine. From that standpoint, it's like going back in time into the world of Amazon before this whole concept of incentivizing for reviews was banned. So keep something in mind. This is the reason why you'd want to start off with TikTok, because you could use this gray hat tactic that something wasn't available before, something that is already got canceled out on Amazon. So, but needless to say, so the question is, what can you start with if you wanted to try something from China? How can you do this? What is the path? What is the best way? Well, what you got to do is start off with eBay. With eBay, you don't really have to worry about like paying for ads. Think about it this way. If you start using Amazon, you have to pay for those ads, right? Pay-per-click ads. Just ask yourself, when was the last time you actually clicked on an ad and ended up buying anything at all, guys? Just ask yourself. Like literally from that perspective, that's the reason why Amazon and Shopify is a scam, guys. And what you should be focusing on as the first thing is literally eBay. On eBay, it's gonna take like literally less than 15 minutes to create an account and list the product, and it's gonna push your product. You don't have to pay for ads, and you could literally start sourcing products from China and using that stepping stone of eBay as your testing ground prior to getting your feet wet into more complex schematics shenanigans, like maybe you at that point, after trying out eBay, you're gonna get comfortable and you're gonna be like, okay, you know what, maybe I am ready to do a little bit of Amazon FBA. At that point, you're gonna make that decision. But in the beginning, you want to try something really simple. Try it on eBay because you get that traffic right away. Later on, you could try TikTok Shop, because you could still kind of go back in time. TikTok Shop is relatively new. It's popping up, and you could use Amazon. You could use the same style of black hat tactic, gray hat tactic, whatever that tactic was, for incentivizing people for reviews. Because the thing is, like, if you start with Amazon and you give, let's say you send a bunch of products to Amazon warehouse, to Amazon FBA. Let's say you optimize the offer and you made it like give one 10%, buy one get 10%, buy two get 20%, buy three get 30%. And let's say you make a mistake and by accident you make your offer in such a way, if you give away 5 products, then people get the product for free. Well, that's exactly how I seen somebody lose $50,000 using Amazon. This is the reason why Amazon is a scam, guys, from that standpoint. And this is the reason why you want to do this in a way where you want to start off with eBay first. And of course, gradually, as you're starting off with eBay, you're going to be introducing TikTok. You're going to be introducing TikTok Shop. Why? Because it's going to be, you could still kind of almost like revert time, go back to the past, before the day Amazon was popped. Like, there was all sorts of rules and restrictions. After a bit later, but you have the time and opportunity to revert that clock back. And the way of doing it is by diving into TikTok Shop. On TikTok Shop, you could actually incentivize people and give them product, and they will write a review, and then TikTok will optimize your listing and will allow you to make more sales. Now, keep something in mind. Shopify, I'm not saying that you don't want to use Shopify. You could use Shopify, but just not in the beginning phases when you're first starting out. When you're starting out, definitely try eBay. Etsy is a little bit more expensive, but eBay and Etsy is going to be a good moving forward for you. This way you get warmed up a little bit, and then when you're ready, guys, you jump into Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA, look, you could still succeed with Amazon FBA, providing that you make sure that you have the QR codes, providing that you have a little trademark and private labeling patent and all sorts of other stuff. And that will just accelerate your chances of success. But that's not going to happen until you test out the products. And what you want to do, you don't really want to be spending like 6 months creating labels and packaging and making everything beautiful, and then and get cooked right away, because out of a sudden you're going to discover that the shipping costs are just way too much. So guys, my biggest recommendation for you is, in the beginning phases, stay away from Shopify, stay away from Amazon, and dive into eBay. Okay, dive into eBay, and then gradually, once you start getting some orders from eBay, you could still use 3PL fulfillment center, still get all your products delivered to your warehouse in America, and then still drop ship things using eBay. But you're gonna get that native traffic, and there's like 2 billion people coming in on eBay. You're just gonna have greater chance of success, especially if you're starting out. Types of mom over 40 who's not really well versed with private labeling and super scared to like pull the trigger to do anything more than just a typical white label, then eBay is the way to do it. But gradually, when you do that with eBay, you want to be aligning your supply chain in the world of TikTok Shop. And guys, when you're doing that, just kind of remember, when you're dealing with TikTok Shop, sure, you're gonna have certain differences, but at the end of the day, there's certain things you gotta do, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, you're a mompreneur, you're an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, if you solve problems really quick, you will get that skill that will just be unstoppable. You're going to be able to find viral products faster than anybody can teach you or anything like this. So when you see people saying they could teach you or anything like this, immediately you got to say, look, the successful people don't really have any time to teach, and let alone try to explain any kind of strategies that they are pulling off. They just, majority of the time, what they're doing, they're testing and executing like different backup plans, plan A, plan B, plan C. So many cases, successful people will not teach you anything. So if you guys really want to learn this, heck, I don't even teach this stuff. I tell you that right now, guys. Successful people don't teach anything, guys. So this is my biggest advice to you guys. If you really want to do this, start off with eBay. Forget TikTok. Forget TikTok in the early phase. Start off with eBay. Forget Amazon and forget Shopify, right? But TikTok is still fire, providing that you have greater experience and you know how to, you know that it's time for you to test things, try it out, and you're not going to get discouraged. Then you'll be able to do something like this. You'll be able to do eBay TikTok shop. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. I quickly want to let you know what is going on. I was able to find this information real quick. My wife showed me. She does her way of researching information is quite interesting. She loves to use Reddit. On Reddit, there's a fairly decent amount of reviews, and she quickly, yeah. So what she focuses on, her style of research is focus on the failures versus the stories of success. And I turned to my wife for that. And I was able to get a lot of wisdom from that standpoint. I'm strategizing, I'm remodifying some of my strategies that I was brainstorming before to kind of begin take a look at eBay a little bit more before I start like sending things to TikTok shop or anything like this, guys. But so I'm kind of doing this together with you on a so whenever you see me talking about building a pet luxury brand, I'm doing this together with you guys, so this way you can understand how my brain works, what kind of product I'm trying to pick. Another thing that I discovered is that definitely go with the rule of 4 to 5x margin, because I did see some people literally blow through some electronic category and had a lot of defects. They managed to buy a product for $5. They were selling it for 15, but still came out negative. So that's this is why you got to follow that rule, guys. The criteria for viral product, winning product, always pick 4 to 5x winning product criteria. 4x to 5x revenue margin. That's basically what you got to aim for, because the defects is not going to be justifiable. And another thing is, just make sure whatever the product that you pick has low amount of functionalities yet high demand. Okay, guys, I know this is hard to translate in words what that means, but I'll show it to you in a couple of videos on YouTube for how to pull this off. This is extremely hard, guys. And hello. So we got a game developer over here joining. I'm actually gonna get some chicken real quick, and thank you, game developer, for joining. I had to immediately re-strategize some of my discoveries upon taking an angle on different kind of what I did is I asked my wife for help in researching different types of platforms, ranging from Amazon, ranging from eBay, and she always takes a negative approach, meaning what she does, she looks at everything negatively, and she looks at her style of thinking is, let me look at everything that people would dislike and then see what is real. Versus me, I'm a more like a optimist. She's more like a pessimist, and I'm more like an optimist. So what I asked her is, I said, look, are those people really making money, like on the drop shipping gurus out there with that TikTok shop and Amazon and all that other stuff? And she went straight to Reddit, and on Reddit, like that's where you're gonna find a lot of truth. Like people on Reddit, they will just straight up tell you if it's real or not, what is real or not. And basically what you want to do, guys, you want to listen to those things on Reddit. So what I did is I listened to Reddit and managed to get some information from my wife, and discovered something about eBay and Shopify and Amazon. And I'm saying yes, and whatever, my plans are still doing things on Amazon and TikTok shop and all that other stuff. But for the beginner moms who are just like trying to do this as a side hustle, I would not recommend starting with Shopify. I would not recommend starting with Amazon. I would recommend starting with eBay instead, and possibly Etsy. But because the reason why is you get native traffic, guys. If you start off with Shopify, you get cooked so quick, guys. It's not even funny. You're gonna lose so much money, guys, if you do it this way. Anyway, I got like $100 over here. Let me go ahead and get the food. So, guys, look. I know some of you joining probably trying to figure out how to do all this. Look, all you gotta do is follow me. I'm extremely smart, guys. I'm extremely smart. I'll help you like solve a lot of problems, guys. So this way you don't get scammed, guys. I'm gonna get some food real quick.
It's the platter, right?
Yeah.
Worry about the break. 1932. ¿La tienen? Con gusto, que pasen buena noche. Bye bye.
Good.
Thank you, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just back?
I'm good, thank you.
Have a great one.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, squabble up. Oh my God, like literally, I'm so cooked right now from not eating. I literally went to the city today. I had a hybrid schedule, guys. Obviously, when I go to work, I always go to sauna for sure. But today I'm so cooked. I gotta deliver this food and hit my car and we out, guys. We out. Oh my God, it dropped. Not only did it drop, but nah, it's like it's gone. The soda is gone. Forget it. $1 wasted. Okay. So all right, guys. So squabble up. What's your time today? Time is right now it's 9:13 p.m. guys, and thank you for allocating a little bit of your time and beautiful adventure of Rome Wells, helping you discover freedom and helping you guys recognize the real life. So guys, look, today was absolutely crazy. So my wife yesterday, she actually showed me one of those beautiful TV shows called Alien Earth. I don't know if you guys watched it, but this TV show is probably it's a sci-fi TV show. It's probably gonna win an award, guys. Like 100%, right? When it comes to any kind of shows that I see that are gonna win Academy Award or whatever, I feel like this one, Alien Earth, will win the Academy Award, guys. So yeah. So anyway, guys, look, here's what's happening. The bottom line is, many of you probably will say, how do I discover like what shows to watch? Where do I find them? If you speak multiple languages, this is great for you guys, because you could find websites on the internet to watch free movies, to watch free shows, that kind of stuff. But if you don't speak multiple languages, of course you're just gonna have to subscribe to like Hulu and spend money. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to let you know. And thank you guys for jumping in and allocating a little bit of your time. Today is going to be one of those days where I'm just going to be analyzing and kind of wondering and pondering what to focus on. So guys, look, I know I've been talking about products and Shopify and Amazon and all that other stuff. Like, the only advice I have for you guys is don't do anything stupid. That's basically my advice for you. So upon analyzing so many geniuses out there, guys, my advice is like, literally just don't get cooked. Don't just go ahead and create a site on Shopify or something. There's like billions of people using it, and now you could even create like your own Shopify site with just AI. And like, if you're gonna pick anything, guys, pick not Shopify. Don't pick Amazon either, guys. You're gonna get cooked. So like, if you want to like sell anything from China, don't pick Shopify, don't pick Amazon, and just pick eBay instead. Why? Because you get the native searches. On Amazon, you have to have special paperwork and all that other, like, there's just too much stuff. If you want to do this on a quick money side hustling basis. But if you want to do this like in a more long-term, sure, Amazon could do, but it's oversaturated. I analyzed it, guys. The quickest path to money for you is starting off with eBay, getting some sales, and then right after that, go ahead and expand into TikTok. TikTok, you could basically, the reason why I'm so psyched about TikTok Shop is because it's like going back in time, back in time when before the Amazon blew up. Like, you're gonna hear a lot of people telling you that, like, oh, you're early into TikTok Shop, this is great. But you see those gurus and you'll be like, wait a second, but why does it mean like I'm early to TikTok Shop? Why is it great? Like, that just never registered for me until I started analyzing all the other platforms. Like, why is it really great? So here's why, guys. You're gonna discover some shocking factors. So back in the days when Amazon was starting out, like, you could, their program called Amazon FBA, you could sell products. You could sell products and you could like get reviews for those products, and if you get reviews, you give people free sample, and then out of a sudden you could sell more products. And what that created kind of Amazon created a bunch of rules saying you can't do that because you're incentivizing. And but the truth is, if you're a brand new brand, you're not going to make any sales unless you give people for free those products. And so a lot of people who are trying to sell on Amazon, they got cooked big time because you can't really do this tactic. But with TikTok, you are able to do that tactic. So that's why it's kind of crazy, guys, that tactic. So definitely if you have a chance, explore that tactic. But there's nothing to explore, guys, if you haven't even tried eBay real quick to sell any kind of products. So the best thing for you guys to do to really try to expand that to the next level is just get yourself some products from China, send it to eBay. It's a lot easier to search. There's 2 billion people going through eBay, and you could still use sort of like Amazon FBA, but your own fulfillment center. Now, granted, of course, you still gotta have your own kind of fire-looking product. You don't want to pick a product that looks like the same generic, that allows people to shop around for that generic product. You don't want that. You want something that is not shoppable, that not comparable. And of course, to do that, all you need is just to research on ChatGPT to ask basic questions like, hey, can you find me a product that is not easily comparable or shoppable in a category that has plenty of demand, and what would be the combination of other products that would be a great fit, that are easily sourceable from China. And you're gonna get some responses, believe it or not. When I asked that question, I was a bit shocked to find some interesting products. And when I started looking at other data from other sites like Pinterest to see what it would like, what the bundle looked like, I started getting more information for like what is considered to be highly needed product that doesn't have too many features because you want to reduce the number of defects, and something that is still niche and not easily shoppable across other places. So like this is something really bizarre to like figure out how to do this. But when you look at Meta library, and when you look at Amazon listings, and when you look at, I know some people like say you gotta take a look at Jungle Scout, all that, but all of that is garbage, guys. All you need is just AI and ChatGPT with deep level research functionality. And the best what you could do, guys, if you really wanted to do SEO, you could basically tap into a bunch of APIs, use Fast API to create your own research engine that you can quick search and whatever the famous keywords are. And that's basically if you wanted to take it to the next level. But if I was you, I just use ChatGPT to quickly find the product in China, call them up, call a bunch of Chinese suppliers, and do dual sourcing or triple sourcing. And also do that when you start shipping things, squabble up together with other people who pay for one container. So this way you save money on a container cost and you save money on a supplier. I do have a supplier in my community in case if you guys are interested. So, and also, guys, a couple of things. Supplier is like this is the golden ticket for cheaper pricing, guys. And so this way you have better margin. Now keep something in mind, if you don't get the right supplier, you're gonna have to pay extra. But if you get the right supplier, which I happen to have, then you're gonna pay less. Voila, How? Why? Because of strategically creating relationships with the right people who are actually also using the same supplier. There's no magic here other than what's called strategy. It's a beautiful thing when you start discovering how strategy works. It's a beautiful thing. Why? Because you get to really save money. A lot of people are shying away and thinking it's a scam, but it's not a scam. It's called strategy, guys. What you want to do is use strategy to maximize your margin profits. And yeah, guys, if you want to learn how to use strategy to maximize margin profits, DM the word prof on my Insta, and I'd love to help you out. I'll see you guys next time, and take care.